Some rooms are never meant to be opened, but curiosity always wins. Emily moved into a sprawling old Victorian house on the outskirts of town. Creaking floors, cobweb-covered chandeliers, faint smell of mold. The house whispered of its age. She loved the charm, except one room at the end of the hallway, a padlocked door with no key. The previous owner had refused to discuss it. "Just leave it locked. Some things are better left alone," he said, his voice tight, eyes avoiding hers. Emily laughed nervously. Probably just storage. She didn't notice the faint scratching sound from behind the door that paused the moment she spoke. That first night, around 2:30 a.m., Emily awoke to faint scratches and tapping from the locked room. Soft, deliberate, almost rhythmic. A whisper echoed faintly. "Emily." She froze. Rats, probably. The padlock rattled. She told herself it was the wind. But when she pulled the blanket over her head, the shadows in her bedroom stretched unnaturally, crawling along the walls. A faint cold draft brushed her cheek, sending chills down her spine. The next night, the sounds returned, louder. Scratching on the locked door grew deeper. The whispers called her name repeatedly. Objects began moving subtly. A book slid off a shelf, a chair shifted slightly, candles flickered violently. Emily clutched the blanket, heart racing. Her flashlight trembled in her hand. Then she noticed the hallway mirrors reflected shapes that weren't there, fleeting shadows just behind her. By the third night, Emily could feel eyes on her everywhere. Every creak, every groan of the floor seemed amplified. Is someone in the house? Or is it the house itself? Alive? Footsteps circled her bedroom. The whispers grew, now saying, "Come. You belong here." Objects moved more aggressively. Books toppled, drawers opened, doors slowly creaked. Emily debated ignoring the locked room, but curiosity gnawed at her mind. While dusting the living room, she discovered a rusty key behind a painting. It fit the padlock perfectly. She hesitated, heart pounding, then slowly turned the key. The door creaked open. Inside, complete darkness, dust, cobwebs, mirrors reflecting faint light, and a large wooden chest at the center. A cold gust slammed the door behind her. She tugged, locked, trapped. Emily approached the chest. Every sound was amplified. The creak of her shoes, the whisper of wind through cracks. She opened the chest. Inside, dozens of old photographs of people, pale, eyes wide with terror, twisted smiles. At the bottom, a small cracked mirror. When she peered in, the reflection was not hers. A pale face with hollow eyes and twisted smiles stared back. A hand reached out from the mirror. Emily screamed. The sound didn't leave the room. Whispers swirled. "Welcome. You belong here now." Emily could no longer ignore the house. The locked room seemed alive. Shadows stretched along walls and floor. Footsteps marched, circling, whispering. Mirrors reflected hundreds of ghostly faces. The photographs in the chest lifted into the air, floating, their faces frozen in silent screams. Emily's heart raced, terror consuming her. She tried to leave. The door wouldn't budge. The shadows grew stronger, almost solid, pressing against her. Emily tried to barricade herself in a corner. The whispers became voices, louder, urgent. "You can never leave. Join us." The shadows pulled at her, fingers cold as ice. The photographs attacked her vision, swirling around her head like a storm. She fell backward into the cracked mirror at the bottom of the chest. Hands from the mirror pulled her in. Her screams distorted, bouncing off walls in a high-pitched wail. The house was silent the next morning. Neighbors reported no movement inside. The padlock clicked shut on its own. Inside the chest, a new photograph appeared. A woman with hollow eyes, twisted smile. Emily. But Emily was not the first. For centuries, this house had lured the curious, its whispers echoing through generations. Each new occupant, drawn by the forbidden room, met the same fate. The chest, a macabre album of lost souls, grew heavier with each addition. The house, a living entity fed on their fear, their curiosity, their very essence. It was never just a house, it was a hungry, ancient presence, and Emily had merely become its latest meal. Her twisted smile joining the silent chorus of the damned. And in the cracked mirror, her reflection moved independently, whispering, "Curiosity can be deadly. Some rooms are never meant to be opened. Some doors never crossed." Thank you for joining Darkness Dreams tonight. Good night, sleep carefully, and see you tomorrow.